What actually happens to your skin in the first 7 days, the first week of switching?
Yeah, so I mean, the best way that we can describe this is we can describe what our customers feed back to us. So when you're moving to natural skincare, you're moving away from products which are generally laden with quite a lot of additives. So they will have long ingredients lists on the back. Quite a lot of those ingredients will sound a bit like a chemistry lesson. Whereas natural skincare is likely to have shorter ingredients lists, a lot of plant-based ingredients in there, no perfumes, but more natural fragrances, no colours and things like that, no whiteners like titanium oxide and things like that. So what do you expect? Well, to be honest, when people switch, it's usually fairly quick. Quite frequently we get feedback from people to say that for years they have found that they have had reactions to skincare products. Now that's probably, and Allergy UK documents this quite well online, probably because of surfactants which are used to turn the water-based products into creamy products, maybe the colours in there, maybe the perfumes in there, maybe some of the other artificial additives and the preservatives in there. So we generally get feedback that people's skin will adjust. It will stop breaking out in reaction to these ingredients in the skincare products. And quite frequently they will find it calms down. So it's a sort of calming, relaxing for the skin. It feels like maybe the skin is no longer fighting against something, but it's natural skincare working with the skin's natural process.
Yeah. So if somebody did want to make the switch, Clara, and they're using maybe a lot of synthetic products at the minute, would you recommend they switch to 100% natural products all at once, or to do it in stages?
So I think, it can be done in stages. Clearly, if you've invested quite a lot of money and quite a lot of emotion in the power of the skincare products you have and you're enjoying using them, you then make a decision to make a change to natural skincare. Don't throw the whole lot away. That feels a bit wasteful. So why not, pick the thing that you would use most frequently and make that switch, and then progressively make the switch. Skincare is about feeling good. And it is about enjoying the process as much as the actual effects, looking better, feeling better, less breakouts, less rosacea, less eczema in some circumstances. We have had feedback from people with eczema, and also eczema that is associated with hormonal change and menopause. We've had good feedback again. But enjoy the process. It's meant to be an enjoyable process. Switch gently.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a notion that people can break out or the skin can purge when switching products. Do you think this is the case when switching to natural products?
There's no logical or chemical reason why that would happen, and it's certainly not feedback that we have from our customers. Very, very occasionally, and there is a small proportion of the population who will be allergic to a natural ingredient. Some people will brush past lavender in the garden, and if it just goes on their hand, they'll break out. Not many people, but some people. So very occasionally somebody will have a reaction to a natural ingredient. That would be more often than not one of the essential oil fragrances, and quite frequently when people reach adulthood anyway, they know about these things. You know that you would react to lavender or geraniums or whatever it is, so you would know to look out for that on products. But that's rare, and we certainly wouldn't expect people to break out as a result of the transition. It's the other way around. They stop breaking out generally, and that's the feedback that we get.
Perfect. So if I am thinking about making the switch, when would you expect to see results?
Generally very quickly. This is again the feedback that we get from our customers. Generally, people expect and do see change within the first couple of weeks. There are a few things to remember. When you're switching to a natural product that doesn't contain water, doesn't contain high levels of preservatives, quite often you need to use less of the product to be effective. So that can be a bit of adjustment for people, to learn to use less. The products are then inherently longer lasting. But very quickly, people feed back to us. They start to see visible results in the look of their skin, the way they feel about their skin, the way some of the skin problems that they had, like rosacea and eczema and psoriasis and dryness, the way that they manifest a lot less or not at all.
Perfect. So if somebody does want to make the switch, what would be the first product you would recommend they try?
I would normally recommend start with something fairly simple. Start with something like our moisturizing shea butter facial soap. A lot of people will throw their hands in the air at this point and say, oh no, I can't put soap on my face, it's terribly drying. Our shea butter facial soap is non-drying. It contains no surfactants, it's all natural, and it has excess shea butter in the formulation, which is a great natural moisturizer. So it's a very manageable price point for people. That's a great place to start.
Perfect. Thank you very much.